Richie Kotzen! Woo!
Thank you very much. So we're driving, and late one night, and it was fucking late. We're tired, and no one's talking, and we're just in an endless freeway. And out of the blue, I went, "Tripe!"
Oh my God.
And the car swerved. I mean, we went sideways. And he's like 19, driving this big boat. It wasn't a Lincoln, but it might as well have been like one of those big old cars. And he started laughing uncontrollably. And he's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And he looks like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And I said, "I just screamed the word chipe, CHYPE." And he goes, "Why?" I said, "I don't know.
I don't know.
It just came over me." So during making the record, at various times, either one of us would chipe the other.
Yeah.
And you would jump out of your fucking skin. So my first album was much unlike anything that I've become known to be as an adult. I got signed to Shrapnel Records when I was, they put me in the magazine when I was 17. They had a spotlight for new talent. And Mike Varney would find guitar players, and if he liked you enough, he would sign you to a recording contract and make a record with you. So he signed me when I was 17, 18, just coming out of high school, and I made this record full of these crazy instrumental songs that I was writing as a teenager. And he wasn't going to be available to babysit me in the studio because I had no studio experience. Well, Jason Becker was quite a bit ahead of me and had already done 3 records, even though we were
kind of the
same age. Yeah. So, and I was kind of psyching myself up because I didn't know what I was into. Then I go to Mike's house, and we're in his kitchen, in Mike Varney's kitchen in Marin County. I'm noodling around the guitar, and Jason's being really polite. He's like, "Oh, wow, what technique is that? Wow, your left hand, you've got a lot of legato technique. That's really cool." So he picks up the guitar and starts blazing these like 12-tone rows and sweeping our pitches, like stuff I had never seen before.
Wow.
And I'm like, "Oh, man, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. This guy is so far ahead of me." Well, I just did put out an album with 50 songs on it.
Right, yeah. 50 for 50.
And then when I finished that, in my mind, I thought, okay, this is the last record I'm ever going to make. And now, there's 2 things. I have a new record that's actually finished that I'm waiting to figure out how and when it's going to be released, which is a project with a friend of mine. With his direction, I started really studying singers that I liked, like Paul Rodgers.
Right.
The early Rod Stewart stuff. Every Picture Tells a Story, like that record I played over and over. That's where I kind of got my raspy tone from. David Coverdale when he was with Glenn Hughes in Deep Purple. A little bit of Steve Marriott. And then I heard Terence Trent D'Arby. And then I was like, okay, that's the greatest singer I've ever heard in my life. So I got that record. And then I tried to learn every single lick and every vocal placement, and I would record myself. And it's the same thing I did with my guitar playing. I remembered playing gigs live, hearing my guitar back, thinking, wow, I thought I was playing great, and I'm listening back, I sound out of tune, my vibrato sounds weird, what the fuck is going on? And this is as a very young kid. So then I started really looking and said, okay, well, what you're doing is you're resting your hand on the tailpiece is making the guitar go sharp. Okay, what you're doing here, you're too worried about how fast you're playing, and that when you slow down, your vibrato sounds horrendous. So I did the same approach I took with the guitar, I did with my voice. So I'd record myself. I said, well, when I sing that line, I believe it. It's believable. They talk about something with singers, it's believable, and it means something. And somebody that doesn't sing, it's almost impossible to explain what that means. Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, for he knows the time is short. Let he who have understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.